Sinivandi, please mute your mic. Mute your microphone, please. So, as long as the agent is working on behalf of the principal, as long as the agent is doing what the principal authorized him to do, the principal at all times rectifies his action. So when you are fighting the agent, you are indirectly fighting the... Hello? Yeah, I can hear you. What's the problem? Hello? Vandy, you need to put your system on mute, please. Put your system on mute. Sini. Okay. So, as long as the principal is the agent is acting on behalf of the principal rectifies whatever he's doing. In other words, if you are fighting the agent, you are indirectly fighting the principal. So, but when the agent begins to act ultra vires outside his powers, then he is acting in a way that the principal will no longer give him indemnity. In that situation, when he's acting outside his power, the principal cannot indemnify him. He's on his own. So at all times, the agent must be acting under his powers. And as long as he's following the principle of Uberima Fidei, that is the Latin word, Uberima Fidei, it simply means utmost good faith. Utmost good faith. It must, as far as he's acting with utmost good faith, the principal will always indemnify him. Very, very important. The principal will always indemnify him. We must differentiate between an agent and a speculator. We must differentiate between an agent and a speculator. A speculator is somebody who buys. Yes, what's the problem? Sinivandi. Sinivandi, do you have any problem? Please put your system on mute. Please. Hello? Okay, we move further. Creation of estate agency. Creation of estate agency. Many times we sit in an interview, especially when you come for.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
You said something about the difference between agent and the speculator, but you are not continuing with it.
Okay, I was distracted. Sorry. I want to differentiate between an agent and a speculator.
Yes.
The difference between an agent and a speculator is that an agent works for his commission. An agent works for his commission. A speculator is someone who buys and sells properties for a profit. A speculator is someone who buys and sells properties for a profit. So when you buy and sell property just to make profit for yourself, you are a speculator. But when you buy and sell property on behalf of your principal and you are expected to get your commission, you are an agent. So the difference is commission and profit. The difference is between commission and profit. Now, creation of estate agency. Sometimes when we sit in interview, especially when you come for your election interview, the question people ask, some of the questions that you can be asked is, how do you create an agency? A lot of people answer all kinds of, give all kinds of answers. Letter of offer, letter of consent, letter of this, letter of that. The correct document that creates agency, the correct document that creates agency is a power of attorney. Please note that. Because if you go to court on a particular issue, what the court will accept is a power of attorney. If you bring anything that is not a power of attorney, then you are at the discretion of the magistrate or the judge. If he likes, he will accept it. If he doesn't like, he will not accept it. Letter of consent, letter of offer, letter of this, letter of that. Those ones are at the discretion of the magistrate. But what the court will always accept, irrespective of the situation, is the power of attorney. So you can only create agency with a power of attorney. If somebody is giving you a house to sell, ask for a power of attorney. If somebody is giving you a house to let, ask for a power of attorney. It is the correct document. And once you get it, you go and stamp it. Stamping means that government has recognized that document. You take it to sub-treasury for stamping. Once it is stamped, the document is a recognized document. Power of attorney are of two types. There are two types of power of attorney. We have revocable power of attorney. We have irrevocable power of attorney. Power of attorney can be revocable. It can be irrevocable. Under normal circumstances, all powers of attorney should be revocable. But in Nigeria, the lawyers came up with the concept of irrevocable power of attorney. This irrevocable power of attorney came as a result of the problem involved in getting a certificate of occupancy. Sometimes it takes years to get a certificate of occupancy. So for that reason, lawyers came up with the idea of irrevocable power of attorney, so that at the time, in the interim, when you are waiting for your power of attorney, you can simply go and register your irrevocable power of attorney. At a point, a problem now came up, and that problem is, you will see on your screen, does a power of attorney transfer ownership? Does a power of attorney transfer ownership? A power of attorney does not, I repeat, a power of attorney does not transfer ownership. It is just a power given to you by a principal to act on his behalf. So it doesn't transfer ownership. But in the irrevocable power of attorney, are you listening? The irrevocable power of attorney, you will see that lawyers carefully put one clause in that irrevocable power of attorney, that the donee can get a certificate of occupancy if he so desires. One of the options you can have in a provisions you can have in an irrevocable power of attorney is that the donee, that is the person receiving the power of attorney, can go to the ministry and register with that irrevocable power of attorney, get a certificate of occupancy. It is only when that clause is included that you can now say that a power of attorney can transfer ownership. Under normal circumstances, it doesn't transfer ownership. practice of estate agents in Nigeria. In Nigeria, estate agency is for all comers. Everybody is involved. Estate agency is for all comers. Everybody is involved. There's no law that says that it must be only estate surveyors. And that is why many people are saying that this decree number 24 of 1975, which created Niesv, it is long overdue for review. We should go back to the National Assembly and see if we can review that law and make it possible for estate agency to be practiced by only those who studied it in the university. That is estate surveyors and valuers. But in the interim, what the institution is doing is to bring these estate agents under one umbrella. And today, what the institution has done is that we have Association of Real Estate Agents. Association of Real Estate Agents, which has turned out to be an umbrella under the umbrella of the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers. It has come under the umbrella of the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers. The institution is supervising Association of Real Estate Agents. In estate agency, the agent has some obligations. The agent has some obligations. The first one is loyalty. An agent should always be loyal to his principal. He must pledge his loyalty at all times. An agent should always be loyalty to his principal. At any time when the principal finds out that the agent is no longer loyal, his agency may be terminated. The contract may be terminated. Number two, disclosure. Disclosure. The agent should always let the principal know what he's doing. He must always let the principal know what he's doing. He must tell the principal the truth at all times. Anything he's doing, he should let the principal know about it. That is disclosure. He must let him know. If he's traveling to buy goods, he should let him know. If he's discussing with a client to buy or sell, he should let him know. So at all times, the principal should know exactly what the agent is doing. Personal interest should be thrown away. The agent must remove his personal interest. He must uphold his principal's interest. In other words, the agent, because he is acting for his principal, cannot have his own personal hidden agenda. He must not have his own personal agenda to buy. Then he must disclose it. That is why we say disclosure. His personal interest must not override the principal's interest. His personal interest must not override the principal's interest. Number three, the next one, the agent must maintain confidentiality. Confidentiality. He must work in a confidential manner. He doesn't have to broadcast what the principal is doing, especially when the principal wants to sell by private treaty. You don't need to let the whole world know that the property is for sales. The next one is accountability. The agent must be accountable. There's nothing like you collected rent and you cannot account for the rent. And that is why the institution insists that client's account must be different from company account. You must open two accounts, client accounts and company account. Company account is where you put your company money. Money you use to run your office, money you use to pay your workers, money you use to run your things. But client's money should be put in client's account to avoid improper accounting. To avoid improper accounting. The next one is utmost care. Utmost care. An agent must, at all times, be careful how he handles the property of his principal. You must take utmost care. You must not be negligent. Remember, we talked about professional negligence and professional misconduct. You must take care to practice as a professional. You must take care to ensure that you are doing your duty with at the best of your knowledge. Then finally, one of the obligations of the estate agent is obedience. The estate agent must obey his principal at all times. Must obey his principal at all times. The duties of an estate surveyor and valuer as an estate agent. The duties of an estate surveyor and valuer as an estate agent. The duties are on your screen. Advising on sales and purchase price. You can advise on sales price. You can advise on purchase price. When your client is selling, you can help him by advising him on how much he should sell. If your client is buying, you can also advise him on how much he should buy. Very, very important. And that means sometimes the advice may be preceded with valuation. Valuation for purchase, valuation for sales. When you are doing from the landlord's point of view, valuation for sales. When you are doing it from the buyer's point of view, valuation for purchase. Remember, this time around, you have the buyer as the vendee, the seller as the vendor. In estate agency, we talk about the vendor and the vendee. The vendor being the person who is selling, and the vendee being the person who is buying. The vendor is the seller, and the vendee is the purchaser. If you want to be professional, that is the correct terminology to use. Number two, you can advise on timing of sales. Timing of sales. What do we mean by that? One of our duties as estate surveyors and valuers is that we are land economists. Land economists. And they say if you want to learn economics, you must learn demand and supply. If you want to learn economics, you must learn demand and supply. And if you follow demand and supply, you will see that during demand, if there is increase in demand, prices go up. If there is increase in supply, prices go down. So based on that, you can advise your client on when to buy and when to sell. When to buy is when the prices are going down. When to sell is when the prices are going up. It is important that you advise your client correctly. You can also advise your client on the method of advertising. You can advise your client on method of advertising. There are people who advertise in national dailies. You put it on the newspaper, especially the one that circulates nationwide, so that everybody will see it. So that everybody will see it in the national daily. You can also advertise by putting it on different platforms, estate surveyors platforms, agents platforms. Now, buying and selling, you can market online. You can put to sell or to buy on the board. You can put a board on the property to sell or to buy. So these are methods of advertising. You can advise. You can also advise on preliminary actions before sales. Preliminary actions before sales. If the property is too large in size, you may advise on subdivision. The property may be subdivided. If you feel that no single individual can buy the property, you can advise on subdivision. That means you bring in a land surveyor, and the land surveyor will effect the subdivision of the property. You can also do some preliminary documentations, especially when the property documents are not properly done. When you need to subdivide also, you need to subdivide the documents too. You need to separate the documents. You have to advise on that. Sometimes before sales, you can see that a property needs repainting, or there are preliminary things they need to do, especially when you are dealing with polygamous families' property. You know, I tell my students all the time, if you are dealing with a property and you say that the property belongs to a polygamous family, tread with caution. Always tread with caution, because there is the likelihood of a problem coming out of that transaction is on the high side. That means you must tread with caution. It is also possible for an estate surveyor to advise on repairs, rehabilitations, or maintenance that have to
Hello, sir. We can hear you. Hello. Hello, sir.
Sir, we
can
can't
hear
hear you. We can't hear you, sir.
I guess it's network. It's network, I guess.
Hello. Please, I cannot hear.
Hello, sir.
Please, I cannot hear. Hello, are we there?
It's not there. It's not here. It's not. I think his network cut off or something.
Excuse me, has the class started?
I started already, but the lecturer went off. I guess it's network. Even be a beg now. Mute your mic. Just what I said.
Hello.
Welcome back, sir.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello?
We cannot hear you, sir. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Official.
Hello, sir. I'm not hearing you.
I think it's a network issue.
I think so too.
Yes, because it's been long. I don't hear anything.
It is.
So please let us be patient enough.
Maybe he's having network problems.
I guess so.
Let's be patient a bit.
We
All
are
right.
patiently waiting for him to come back. No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let us. Yes. Echo. Yes. Yes.
Please, I'm just joining. Can someone just tell me where he started from today?
What's it?
Hello. 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 Who's just joining in now? Who is saying
I
he's
said
just
I'm just joining today. I'm just
Oh,
joining just now. I'm just joining the class for today.
we
Just
started
now.
from ethics. We started from ethics, please.
Okay, thank you very much.
Ethics, negligence, misconduct, and what have you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's why we started. And now we are on duties of an agent.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
I can hear you.
Please, what page are we in the study pack? Hello. Can someone answer, please?
First 55.
55. What did you say? 55?
The principal agent. 65 from the PQE pack.
Check for
Okay.
65.
Okay, thank you.
6 5 6 5.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sorry, I had issues